Oh, YouTube, back again. Big Bills tearing into this car one more time. Just want to make a quick video letting you know if your defroster, not defroster, but if your controls aren't working, how to fix that. So I recently found out that the black hose vacuum line that I routed somewhere that didn't belong actually goes to the line that's coming out of the engine wall or engine bay through the firewall into that wire harness. So I haven't gotten to that yet, but I have to take the dash top off to reroute it because I have it routed over an actuator and I can't get it out until I get all this stuff out. So if you've never taken it off, the dash cover off, I know mine looks like dog shit, but if you've never taken it off, you got a screw here. Once you get the lower part off, that's the most fragile. Be careful with that. You got a screw here, a screw there. You got to take out the bezel. That's in here. There's two screws, Phillips heads, and one here. And be mindful of the guide rails here and there. You have a screw here, 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 and there. And then once you get those out, the bezel out, remove the A-pillars, and you'll be able to slide it out. You can't just lift it up and pull it out because there's little teeth or whatever that has to fit inside these slots for you to get it out. So you make sure your steering wheel is lowered and then pull it out. I'll do that here in a second. Hold on. So like this, like I said, you want to pull it towards you and then lift up. You might not have to take out the A-pillars, but you just want to pull it out. And be careful if yours is in good condition. Mine is not, so I'm not really too worried about it. I'm gonna get on that side to try to finesse it a little bit more. Hey, so like I said, here you are. Dash cover off, you got your airbag here. You got your defrost, windshield defrost up there. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the sound of my fan going. It's hot as motherfucker in here. But this is where we're at right now. So I'm gonna take out these 4 bolts for the airbag, and then that'll give me access to where that hose is coming from or going to, and then I can route it to where it's coming from underneath the footwell here, okay? So let me take these out here and I'll come back. All right, so these are 10 mil on mine. I'm not sure if they're original ones, because like I said, there's no part of this car that hasn't been touched. But there were 10 millimeters on mine. 4 of them. We're gonna remove it. Be careful. You probably should disconnect the battery when doing this, but I'm just gonna be very careful. And I'm gonna set it right there. Give it a little wobble, make sure it don't go anywhere. And then you'll see what I'm talking about here. So we have this black hose with the yellow tip that's coming from over there that wasn't supposed to be over there. And now, where's it at now? Let me see if I can fish it out. There it is. Okay. Boom. So this is the line that goes down into here. Here it is. Looks a little shorter on my car. I'm not sure why, but this is how I found it. So we're gonna test to see if this is the right location at the top and at the bottom. Well, I know it goes there at the bottom, but if these two were swapped, then we're gonna test to see if that's correct as well. So I'm gonna route this down here into, like I said, this car, I didn't get it, I didn't spend too much on this car, so I mean, this is what you get when you cheap out. But here we are here. Now what I'm gonna do is remove this, and that will expose the wiring harness that's supposed to have that the vacuum line leading up into the engine bay. And the hose in question, the vacuum line in question, is this one right here, leading into this line. So this one loops back around, it goes down into the firewall, and we have to go fish it out and see where it's at. Okay, so let me find that, and then I'll check back in with you and see. We'll test the controls and see if the vent doors actuate, and we can actually use the AC in this car. Okay, so hold on. Guys, you see that black line right there? Let me see. Right next to the, I think that's the one. I think it might be a cable actually. But we're gonna keep fishing because the line up top goes through here, but I'm not sure where exactly it's in and up. So hold on. Guys, after countless hours of fishing and looking around, the line is here. Like I said, the line's been cut. Let's see if I can zoom in up at the top. Somebody cut it. It's right there at the top. Right there in the middle. Right above that red pink wire. That's the vacuum line going up into the engine bay, but it's been cut. So I gotta get some more line and then connect it, and then we'll be able to connect it to here, connect it there, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so let me go try to find some. I was able to use some of this, I think it's a fuel line or some kind of line I got from AutoZone, but it's still not the diameter that will fit onto the nipple of the original one. So what I'm gonna do is take the, I'm sweating like a slave. I'm gonna take this off, back out here, and then I'm going to take this out. Hold on, real quick. Take this down to AutoZone or Napa Auto somewhere and see if I can find some line that's this big, because it's been cut multiple times. But it's still enough for me to get that one piece of tubing on. And if I can find this part, I can connect it up and we should be good to go from there. So let me go run down to AutoZone, and actually, you know what? I'll live right behind Lowe's. Let me go see if we can get something from there. All right, peace. Sometimes I like walking around and not asking for help. It makes the adventure that much more exciting. Like, I know I'm in the wrong aisle, but it's okay though, because you never know what you might find going the wrong way. And if I ask somebody for help, then it just takes all the fun out of this shit. So I'm gonna go back down the aisle I came. There was some line, some tubing down that way. It was a little bigger, but I think I might have overlooked some that was a little smaller, so I'm gonna check that back out. All right, so I found this. It's not quite the same diameter, but it'll work. I'll have to lube up the tip to slide it into the nipple, but we'll run with this. I got this out the irrigation now, $6. Fuel line, micro fuel line. So let's see how this works. All right, we're back. I disconnected the battery. I didn't want the door's open because the dash is still in the way. Oops. All right, let's see here. Let me readjust this. All right, let's see what we got here. Fuel line, see if it connects here. Alright, it fits. It fits. I might have to, like I said, lube it up so I can get the whole thing in there. But on the other end, it doesn't. So what I think I'll do is cut a little bit off on the other end and then mate the two. Use like a bridge in between here and this one. So yeah, let me try that out. So I didn't need to cut anything off the other of the original. I just needed to hit it with WD-40 at the tip, slide it in there. That slid in there. So now we have vacuum going all the way to the engine bay off the manifold. So now I'm going to hook the battery back up, and then we're going to test to see if these doors are going to actuate. All right, so let's see here. I'm going to connect this. I'm going to do the power first. I was always told power first. Do the red first and then black. Is that correct? There we go. I heard the chime. Back on there. Got power. And apologies if y'all can't hear me over the sound of this fan. Again, it's hot and I need to breathe. You know what I'm saying? Like, bear with me. Let me reposition this dash. Hold on. Of course, in the midst of me trying to reposition things, the vent fell to pieces too, you know, because why not? This car is just breaking up. This is the brittlest, most brittlest car ever. All right. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let me start it up. Open this garage. Hear that click? I believe that's the exhaust, because it goes away after a while. But like I said, I believe that's the exhaust leak. Let me turn this AC on. That definitely feels stronger. A lot stronger. And I don't feel anything coming out the vents. Let's see here. I feel something. Yep, we fixed it. Okay. So yeah, that line coming from there is going to connect to the one coming out of your firewall, because all your controls here are vacuum actuated. This is mechanical, and I believe this is electronic. So you're not getting vent, if you're not getting your doors to open and close, because mine was coming out of every vent, check that line. You gotta rip all this off, make sure it's not disconnected from up there. At least make sure it's down there. And now this is pumping. This is pumping. This is what I like to hear. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I made this video because there wasn't another video online about this. Like there was two guys that did it, but his issue wasn't the same issue. And mine was, mine was this, and I needed a little bit of help. And like I said, when I seen OTG's video, he had pointed out that wire, but we didn't know where it came from or where it was going. All he said was to make sure that it was connected to the one coming out of the firewall. So that fixed it. That fixed everything, and we're golden now. So if you like what you saw here, you have a 1994 through 96, and it might even go through 91 through 96. This is your fix if your vent doors aren't working. All right, so I'm happy now. Now I can clean all this up, get all this dust out, because I do not plan on coming back in here ever again. I might zip tie the nipples on there to make sure that they never come off again, because I do not want to take this shit off again. All right, so I appreciate you guys watching. If this doesn't fix your issue, then you might have to go source the actuator pumps. There's 2 of them in there. But if this is your issue, that should be your fix right there. All right, appreciate you guys. Catch y'all next time.